Welcome back to 4 High Garage. Today we are doing one of the least favorite things on your XJ, the rear main seal. Oh God. Alright, this is about what you're going to need for this adventure. I went ahead and got a new oil pan gasket. Might be able to reuse your own. Same with oil pan bolts. Mine are a little rusty and crusty. It was like 20 bucks on Amazon. And then of course we need a new rear main seal, or two. So I bought two because sometimes on the install they get cut. And we're going to try to minimize that, but if you're ordering from a place like Rock Auto where prices are pretty cheap, you might as well just order a couple just to have on hand. So let's get to it. One of the things that can give a false rear main seal leak is leaky valve cover, but you can see everything up top is dry. So we know it's the rear main. I think I forgot to mention there's two larger bolts on either side of the crank on the oil pan, in the back and in the front. The rest are this smaller size bolt. Alright, I don't know if it does anything, but I've got the new rear main seal soaking in oil just to help lubricate it going in.
Giggity, giggity.
Now that we've got the pan dropped, we need to remove the engine girdle that all these nuts hold on and strengthen the bearing caps. So all these nuts have to come off and that girdle will come on. We need to remove the old oil pan gasket and clean up the surface as well. So let's do that. Forgot to mention this is a 14 millimeter and these are a 20 millimeter or 13/16. Okay, what we're going after is this rear main bearing cap. So we're going to take off these two bolt stud things and it should come out. Okay, that is 1/2 of this orange thing here is 1/2 of your rear main seal. The other half is up there. You kind of have to push through. This one should come out just kind of by hand. I have to put the camera down, use both hands. There it comes. Just kind of rested in there the way it was so that we remember how the new one goes in. And if we look closely, we can see the other half. There's one end of it and the other end, and it wraps around kind of like the other cap. And what we're going to do is carefully push on one end, and it'll feed out of the other end and get it out far enough where we can get some pliers on it and pull it the rest of the way. There it goes. There it comes. Okay, so this is the hole the rear main seal is going to go up through. The reason we bought two is because this is also the sharp edge that can basically slice the rear main seal. So as it goes through here, this edge, it's a machined edge, so it's really tight on both sides. This is the controversial part of this video, and I can't in good conscience recommend it. I'm just showing you what I do. If there's opinions one way or the other, leave a comments. But it is a bit dangerous, and that's why I can't recommend it. I'm just showing you what I do. And I take a very small file, and I have to be really careful because I don't want to mar the crankshaft. But all I'm doing is just trying to take a little bit of that sharp machined edge off to reduce the chance of splitting it when I install it. And I'll tell you, the first time I did this, I went through 2 or 3 rear main seals before I gave up and was like, screw it. I am going to do my best to kind of machine or kind of cut the corner of this off. And it's just not much, just a little. I mean, I'm barely applying pressure too. I just want to take the absolute razor sharp edge off of this. And then of course, I'll blow it out with some cleaner. And for those of you that are like, well, you're going to ruin your sealing surface, I put a little bit of black RTV, I think you're supposed to, between the two, because it's a 2-piece. So that's going to fill up any microscopic edge I've shaved off there. Okay, that's really all I'm doing. Not much, just again trying to take off that razor blade edge. So, all right, clean up. All right, got her all cleaned up. Let's get her installed. Let that sit up while we do the one on the motor side. Almost forgot. Assembly lube on the bearing. Whoa, too much. Make a mess. That's all right. Got a little syringe and try to shoot some oil up around. Hey, it worked. There's a direction to this, and you want this lip. I don't know if it'll come on the camera, but this little lip, the back side of the seal, to be towards the motor. So the taper will taper that way. So, all right, now or never. Let's see if we can do this without ruining it. I don't know. Be nice. Ooh, felt like it went in nice. It feels good. It feels like it's sliding in smoothly.
Giggity, giggity.
Oh, just doing it by my finger. So, tells you I've got everything properly lubricated up. Look at that. It's not quite even. We can go in just a little bit more. So we're gonna grab our brass punch. Just give it a little nudge. Maybe a little more nudge. Okay. I mean, it's best I can tell. I've got it in there relatively even. All right. Oh. Okay, so the next little bit, I think we do a bead of RTV in these corners and set the cap in. And I don't think it has to go all the way. I think we just need a little bit of RTV right in this corner here. Yeah, right in this corner here, and then we'll do, once the cap is in place, we'll do another thing of RTV in this corner up against where there's a transition of the gasket. Anyway, I'll go over that when we get there. Okay. Yeah.
Where's the spray sunscreen?
No clue. Sorry. Okay. That feels flat. Sorry for blocking the camera. Okay. Got a little motor oil. Oh, damn it. A little motor oil on the threads after you clean them up. Okay. She's feeling like she's going in well. Ow, ow. You're gonna torque the main cap down to 80 foot-pounds. Still on 80. Yeah. There we go.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
That really big
Hot dog snack time. What Mama Bear packed for me this time? Ooh. Donut! Yes! Flat donut. Still tastes just as good. Alright, next up is to get the girdle back in place. Alright, the torque spec on this is 35 to 40. Last little steps are to put just squish a little bit in the corners here. Alright, and then, okay, same for the front. I'm going to put a little in the transition between the timing chain cover and the block, and goop the blob in the corners. Now, this next part is me. It's not in the instructions, but the last couple of these Felpro gaskets, which I still believe to be a superior gasket than other gaskets, I've had problems with the front just gasket leaking, and I'm torquing these things to spec, so don't get me wrong there. But I don't know if I just had bad luck, but I am just going to put a thin layer of Black RTV on both surfaces, so that's going to be also on the gasket. Well, I'll probably actually do it on the oil pan, so that I've got a little RTV on this side of the rubber gasket and a little RTV on the other side of the rubber gasket. Alright, next little bit is the Felpro gasket. Comes with these holder upper sticks. They are not too bad. They go in the 4 larger holes that are like a, well, the bolt isn't 1/2 inch, but the head's a 1/2 inch. Kind of like that. Like that. Like that. Okay. So I got. All right. And then we'll hold up your gasket. Just slide it down until it clicks. Dink. Dink. Alright. It won't just hold your gasket, it'll hold your pan too. No way. How did I get this guy in here? It came out. I know you can go back in. You snake it. Oh, now I got it wedged. Way to go. So apparently, you have to pull the starter to use those stinking pegs.
6.5 hours later.
I immediately regret my decision for using these things. There we go. Got them on the back. Haha. Oh yeah, it was, the little ones were like 10 foot-pounds or 120 or 100 and, yeah, 100, yeah, like 10 foot-pounds or 100 and, that would be 120 inch-pounds. But I think I saw that people were saying 114 inch-pounds or 13 foot-pounds or pound-feet. I always say it backwards. And I don't know, my brain's fried, can't think of what the math would be there, but I think it was, they said 156 inch-pounds, and since I've got an inch-pound torque wrench, I might as well use it. Let's get some of these difficult guys back here started. Okay. I find you later. I don't need you. Run away. Did you hear me? Because I forgot. I need to reuse that stud. Okay, and then use a flathead screwdriver to remove these guys. And don't forget this piece, which I think goes that way. I believe so. It only goes on one way, so. Last thing, new oil pan plug. Don't cheap out on me now, fellas. That's good enough. that's a wrap. The last point of advice that I have is you really want to give that RTV that full 24 hours, more if you can, to completely set up. That'll help ensure, a leak-free situation. So I hope this was helpful, and I appreciate you watching all the way to this point. If so, hit that like button, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, and helps me out. So that's your way of saying thanks to me, and I appreciate you guys just as much. So till the next time, thanks for watching.